stand-ins.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that that's nutty. I think Crazy looked like the best team so far.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I'm not trying to sell them too much, but this might be the most value bet you've ever gotten.
This might be the most value bet since the last value bet that BSJ.
At least I would consider these teams very even at the very minimum.
With the stand-ins and all.
Yeah, I'm
agree,
saying with the stand-ins. So the fact that it's so drastically in favor of EG there, that's pretty shocking. Most people apparently have not done their brief amount of homework telling you that EG does not have their full roster. But I think the Storm Spirit is a pretty powerful pick, and I was a bit confused by the Legion Commander opening because usually with Legion you want to pretty reliably get the duel off and have that be a kill, you know, or like at least threatening a kill. And the first pick of the draft was Shadow Demon. Yeah. So he's just going to disrupt you or the person you're dueling. Yeah.
When I saw it, it felt like
no problem.
He's just there to. It almost felt like he shouldn't be the 3. It felt like they picked him to protect the egg, right? Because an egg goes off, someone hits it, you duel. Yeah. But it's kind of weird to do that in the first 2. Yeah. And so EG will get 3 of the bounty runes here, and yep, they'll tip up Crit, who ends up stealing 1. So 3 for 1. Quick start for EG. Yeah.
Kind of nervous here for Bulba. He's going to be my highlight just because obviously the stand-in. Yeah. I think Arteezy should have no problem farming just fine against the Dark Seer lane. Pretty much every hero farms really well. They're doing a little cut-off maneuver here from EG in the top lane. Pretty standard as carry. If you think the off-laner can't man up against you, but he does have to go back to the creep wave because of the fact that there was an Ion Shell, but it gets quickly killed. Already off to a free farm start on Terrorblade. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, the one thing about the Storm Spirit is, other than the DK stun, he's pretty much got free reign. Tusk does absolutely nothing against heroes that have innate mobility away from the snowball and over the shards, and Storm obviously one of those. So it's going to be heavily on Ryoya to set up these kills. Yeah. And I'm looking at this Wraith King, and even though I don't really love this hero against Terrorblade, I think it's a really good game other than the Terrorblade. So we'll kind of see. They were talking about a bit on the panel. Legion Commander used to trade pretty well, and a lot of heroes that used to trade pretty well with Wraith King, you got to be careful now because the way they usually level is just the 0-4-4 or something along those lines. And because of that free damage from your Vampiric Aura, it just amps up your crit that much more. And let me just tell you, if you're trading with this guy and he just randomly crits you in the face, it is not... Oh, he actually canceled the crit there. Oof. You could tell because he was attack speed slow that he was gonna do the whole crit swing. It does the flat 300% at all levels. So even though it's a low chance of hitting you, if you randomly take it, it hurts. Yeah.
And so we see. What's the build then on this this Storm Spear, by the way? You said it's a pretty free game. It doesn't look like BKB is good. Is it Bloodstone into what?
Probably Bloodstone, something like Lincoln's. You have to consider Lincoln's this game. Usually Lincoln's is a bit of a luxury item you can't afford on Storm, but this game, all they have is the DK stun and the duel, and if anything, a Tusk as well. But most likely you're not leading off with the Tusk stuns onto the Storm
He's
Spirit.
The save, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty reliable that you don't get locked down this game as Storm if you have a Lincoln. It's probably more reliable than if you have a BKB because both stuns relatively instant between the DK as well as the Storm, or DK as well as the Legion, excuse me.
Well, the bottom lane, Skeeter is continuing to farm 10-0, but Bulba 12-2, so pretty even in this bottom lane. Obviously the Phoenix, those Fire Spirits, they just stop CS. You get hit by one, you're probably missing a CS or two.
From my experience this patch, Legion is still a pretty strong laner in the sense that she gets what she wants, but she used to be powerful because she shut down the person she was against with heavy harass, and these whole like headdress, like heavy sustained carries just don't really mind her anymore.
Oh no, Arteezy. Oh. 5 stacks of
Grand
poison.
Tarrasque value. He also has the Ring of Regen.
Yeah, I saw that.
Very cool meta we got here, boys. Just a 8.5 health regen per second. Terrorblade 3 minutes into the game.
Still feels a little odd because it doesn't even feel that much because it's Shadow Demon, obviously low mana, but you're always going to have to be careful. It feels like you have so much regen, you want to stay in the lane, but you're going to miss a lot of CS being scared, aren't you?
Yeah, you don't necessarily in this lane. Certain lanes, if you walk up, you're going to get stunned and then die, right? In this lane, especially with the low mana Shadow Demon with no mana regen on him, if you can just walk away, actually. There's nothing stopping you from being like, oh, I don't, they're hitting me. I'll just walk away now. if there's like a Rubik Centaur type of lane, you can't walk up if you're 500 HP or less. But against these two heroes, not necessarily the case at all.
Rune will be bottom. But it looks like EG was on both sides, really. Up top, fly down bottom. Make sure to secure that rune.
Well, bottom lane, we might be seeing a first blood.
I believe top, you mean. Oh, who's going to get the first blood? I think Owie top. Who's going to be it? It will be Owie going down.
Jump baited.
Bulba does end up making it out as well. Tag team, plus it doesn't matter if it's a level 1 illusion or not. The extra damage, it adds up.
Yeah, he had a couple opportunities on Skeeter to crit, so he just needs to work on his Wraith King, clearly.
Yep, he needs to. You got to cancel the bad attacks, not the good ones, Skeeter.
Especially with the low attack speed. You have the time. You have that preemptive upswing, as you said, telling you that you're going to get that crit. Looking to get this stack pull off bottom. Nice. Bounty rune spawning in about 15 seconds. So even though they didn't kill the Legion, they did bully him back to base.
And crit. Looking for another rune still. We saw it at the 0-minute mark he had one, but they zone him out this time. Will be a put under. Owie will end up getting those bottom. And fly, or top, and Fly will get the ones bottom.
I love how last patch is all about like Wraith Bands to make carries stronger in lane. Now it's just how much regen can you buy? Yeah. Bryle is level 6 before the DK here. I love this maneuver. This is really cute. Against the DK's most likely hitting level 6 timing, you're assuming he's going to hit off this creep wave. You just stop the catapult wave. Yeah, you just cut his entire wave. And he's actually going to cut the next one too, but let the catapult go.
Oh, wait, he's level 6, the courier. That's Boots. Is he not going to commit?
Dude, go for it, man. No balls.
I'm surprised. I thought he was going.
I don't think he was supposed to go for it.
Yeah. More than likely not. That's one of those, like, old Bryle would have gone for sure, right? You're like, that's the chicken. We're getting it. We're ruining Ryoya's game and my own.
Yeah, I was about to say,
and
if you die.
Yeah.
I'm taking you with me, damn it.
Top lane. So a lot of farm going on. Ooh, Arteezy, he's just going to TP out. Put under, and all that poison almost kills him. But he does make it.
Some of these maneuvers like this, they just make me so happy because it seems so obvious from the Storm Sphere why that's good, but I don't think I see people do that very often.
You really don't.
This whole wave cutting thing against DK, that's a pretty unique way to handle the matchup, especially in a game where they just don't have any early game lockdown. Do you cookie on the creep bottom, looking to harass, but I think they're just pressuring with the catapult. Skeeter, once again, no points in the stun. No. I've seen people, I love when they're like watching Arteezy stream and they're just like, why is he no stun Wraith King? And they're like making fun of him, and then like no other Wraith King has a single point in stun.
Yeah. I would say Ryoya did a good job of keeping his siege unit alive that entire time, so it is pushing the tower still. Bottom.
Oh, wow.
They're squaring up.
The Skeleton's doing a great job of tanking the tower shots. Super annoying to deal with this. Pretty much every offlaner, even if you have some sort of wave clearing ability like the Overwhelming Odds, they have high magic resistance. Usually it kills them like the first volley, and then you have to kill them all again.
Oh, Ryoya not in trouble. Level 2 Dragon Blood double brace. I was about to say, you definitely have to bring more than 2 people for this guy.
Yeah, Moon Meander just coming to relieve the pressure off the tower. That's all. That tower did end up taking about 60% of its health and damage to that catapult wave, so maybe the next DK form we can be looking that mid tower to most likely be going down.
Or a big rotation from Radiant. It feels like it's going to be one or the other.
Yeah, it's a point of contention to be noted in about a minute that he'll be having his ult come off cooldown. Storm's kind of just playing the opposite side of the map. I actually really like how he's playing this. He just keeps cutting mid wave rather than doing it where you defend your wave after he pushes it into your tower. He just never wants the wave on his tower in the first place, so he's doing the equivalent of cutting it and then jungling right after.
Very efficient. Moves over, has the treads, is going for that Kai, obviously, building into the Bloodstone, which, you know, used to be Orchids. Well, can you explain, because you are one, why is Orchids bad now? Like, and not bad, but why is it way worse?
I think Bloodstone just got way better. Okay. The Kaya build kind of became the norm. Yeah. It's just too good on your hero. And it gives you that extra bit of damage that your hero loves, and it obviously reduces the mana cost of all your spells. So now Bloodstone just builds from it. It's just too good. The build-up on Storm specifically is the dream.
Yep, it is. And we see both teams very similar ideas of Dota here. Just rotate top for the Wraith King, rotate bottom for the TB. Very similar playstyles here. Moon Meander is going to be able to probably defend this tower by himself, at least for now, though. And it's funny, Bryle he is just so annoying in that mid lane. And, Moon Meander, I don't think, they want the duel. Give him the duel damage. There it is. early and quick, 10 damage. Oh, his courier almost dies. Arteezy. Easy
That's
there.
value from the courier, taking that extra tower shot to keep that creep up. It died.
And there it goes. But one extra hit.
I'm sure he did that on purpose, guys. That's the point.
Obviously. And still. So how do you stop Bryle from doing this? Can you? Because you don't have studs?
You can't.
You just can't.
He's just aware of his hero's limitations. That's why I was so impressed with it, because it's like,
it seems
when you see it
obvious,
happening, it's like, yeah,
exactly.
what do they do? But when he's, coming to that conclusion in the first place is actually quite difficult, knowing your limits on a hero. Is doing a little bit of scouting with that Invis rune, potentially going to look to go on somebody here, but probably not enough damage unless he gets a lot of follow-up, which he doesn't really have early on in the game. Darkseer's kind of doing his own thing, pretty standard stuff. Does have the Centaur creep with the Helm of the Dominator. I've seen some sick plays on CR4ZY's stream when he's playing this hero. Yeah. I'll have to keep an eye out for that. Wraith King, though, is the ultimate AFKer that I've seen in pubs as well as what I've seen so far in pro matches. Going for the 0-3-4-3 build, straight into the Radiance. The Ring of Trask seems to have replaced the Glove of Haste. A lot of people are just going that Glove of Haste for 400 gold. Pretty efficient for 20 attack speed for how long you're farming. But now, seemingly more reliant upon the Ring of Trask in lane for the sustain, and then just using your skeletons speed up that farm necessarily. He actually is getting a pretty good amount of damage on this tier 2 top.
I'm curious. I mean, let's be honest. We are 10 minutes into the game. It is only 2-0. Who's like
very standard NA stuff going on.
Well, who do you prefer though? Do you like this Wraith King Storm free farming, or do you like the end all be all TB getting his farm?
I more so think it goes pretty even, but it's going to boil down to what can get done in the window where Wraith King has Radiance and Terrorblade doesn't necessarily want to fight.
There's going to be the stun. Do we have a duel from Bulba? We sure do. That'll be another plus 10 damage. Phoenix flies forward. It is going to be Fly. But CR4ZY just gets out of there. 3 for 0.
20 damage on Bulba. First rounded Legion.
Quick.
Didn't seem like the best Legion game, but proving me wrong already. Bulba stepping it up in the big leagues here.
Are you surprised? Should a DK actually be out? I guess it is just that one tower is the lead over the Storm. I'm just surprised he kept up. I guess he's doing the same thing, right? Kill creeps, go to the jungle.
Storm's just is just totally limited by his mana at this point in the game. There's a Dire Ward that absolutely scouts out that 4-man smoke. They are possibly walking into their own demise. Wraith King trying to pressure top, has a new volley of skeletons. He's going to be a bit careful, because he's fully aware that EG should be showing on this bottom tower, and they are not, so he knows their option is they're either all bottom or they have rotated the top, which they appear to be bottom.
Where's the rest of the team?
To follow up that Centaur creep.
It helps, and they jump forward from where they want Bulba next. Will they get it with the snapper? He's going to throw out the duel. Can they actually get Bryle? They do. Bulba with another kill. They're turning around. CR4ZY's in trouble. The tag team. It's like having an extra hero here with all the damage. Tries to leap away with that cookie.
The overextension a bit from Bryle there. Over anxious after killing that Terrorblade to start. The Blink Dagger DK revealed already. They're diving. I don't know if this is too deep, but Wraith King, they know Wraith King has absolutely no interest in this fight bottom.
And they're just bullying him down.
This is really good awareness by EG to know there's just absolutely no counterplay coming out from CR4ZY.
And there we go. Takes the raindrop charge, and they get the kill. That's a 4-for-1. They did get the TB, though, at the very beginning.
Arteezy, just knowing his inner monologue during his streams, he's just really like, what are they doing? You know, like, why are they going on me like this? Why are they here? That's the standard stuff when you die as a carry and then they lose 4 heroes in the process.
They're sticking around, by the way. EG says this hill worked once. Let's make it work twice.
There's a Blink DK here. I don't know if you saw that Blink
and he has a duel too.
Where do you think they are, buddy?
Can they make it? The snowball to get the stun, to get the duel. Goodbye, Bryle. And all this hard work he did kind of just disappeared in a matter of a minute.
That is, for the viewers at home, that is the worst camp in the game when you are down as Radiant. This big camp. It's such a bait. They almost always ward this high ground. They almost always see you. If they have any way of closing the gap on you, it is death zone. Blitz just came and gave me a thumbs up. That's Team Liquid coach reaffirming that notion. He's probably seen Mickey die 5,000 too many times in that camp, because that is it's actually so hard to watch. I'm like, how many times do people have to die in that camp specifically? What do you think they're going to ward? They're playing between your tier 2 mid and bottom. It's like the perfect spot for them to ward. They're trying to de-ward it with the Shadow Demon illusions plus the poison, but Fly doing
He's ready to deny it.
Civic duty to this ward. He's actually just going to abandon it at this point. Being a bit of a nuisance, making them do as much as they can, or much as he can make them to deny that ward, or to kill the wards, so that he's just taking the time away from the supports on Crazy. And Skeeter, 2,500 gold towards that relic.
Yeah, he's getting there, but I'm looking at the net worth chart, and Ryoya, man, out-farming both carries as well right now. 500, only 100 above Arteezy, but he's going for the BKB next. It feels like when DK gets that BKB and yeah, you see the net worth progression there. Ryoya is having a hell of a game here. And he's just going to go to push this tier 2, get some more gold, open up the map.
It feels good as DK when you know what you're doing means that your team's farming to the advantage. Right? You have this hard carry that's making use of that space. Terrorblade really does shine in these scenarios. You think of Terrorblade as this like mid-game pusher, but if possible, if I'm the Terrorblade player, I'd much rather not be doing anything. I'd rather just be getting my first item or two because I farm it so fast. Already at that SNY, potentially just going to go like SNY BKB or SNY, you know, Scotty, just tank up against the Storm Spirit. As long as he doesn't die to the burst, Terrorblade will be very potent in this game. We saw him die very fast bottom, but that's going to get harder and harder as this game goes on.
Is this game coming down to, like, it feels like we've been farming this whole time. Wraith King's getting his Radiance, and it feels like if they lose a fight, the game almost feels over, right? Like, you're building up all this space. The Wraith King's the only one really farming on, well, everyone else is decently up there, I guess.
Yeah, I was praising Brawl. He played really well yesterday, I thought, and he was playing
first 5
what
minutes.
I thought was like within his limits really well. And then he's overstepped his boundaries a couple times on Storm in a game where it should be a pretty free Storm game. And whenever you die twice on a hero that's not really supposed to die, the game just gets really ugly.
Smoke gank, and they're going to find Skeeter. They just blink forward, get the stun up. Obviously, with these 3 heroes, you're not killing him twice, but maybe pop that level 1 ultimate because it's a long cooldown.
Caught him and allowed the Legion Commander to come in range for the second life. That could have very well worked out for them, but
you are by the tier 1 and tier 2 tower that are up.
Yeah,
so
you got to be careful of just having that turn into a complete disaster because you overextend.
Look at
Ryle doing his thing in the top lane again. As long as DK's not there, it's very impossible pretty much for them to ever kill him.
He is snowballed. Did he? Yeah, he's gone.
Okay,
Whoa. And
better safe than sorry on that ball lightning distance there.
Yeah.
Full pipe, by the way, on Bulba. First item pipe on the Legion Commander. Kind of back to that one patch where people were just going like pipe Vlads every game. I wouldn't doubt that somebody on the Dire squad gets a Vlads. Terrorblade probably the best value lifesteal hero in the entire game from the carry position.
Lane. They're going in. There's going to be the duel in the Snapfire. Bulba, 50 damage, but a jump on his backside. There's the crit from Skeeter. They're going to push forward. Bulba taking a ton of damage. They don't even have the Radiance yet. They do have the Relic and a nice block out from the Ice Shards of Crit, knocking them all 3 down. They're going to push around it, though. Surround him up. Blink away from Ryoya. Vacuum back. And those Ice Shards, clutch as they come from Crit.
Teezy's here with meta, but he actually just ball lightnings away. So maybe this is going to be just a pressuring tower hitting meta. Going straight for the butterfly, Arteezy is. So a little bit of just a luxury item build, thinking that he's not too much a threat himself since he's got so much front line. He's got 2 saves from the Legion as well as the Tusk.
Man, KheZu is playing really confident right now. The Wraith King is TB, and does he have it? No, still no Reigns. Stun, instantly purged.
Oh, nice cookie dodge.
Is in trouble. No, gets put under. Bryle now the one in trouble, getting to pull in. Ed goes down. They need to get out of here. KheZu will survive for now. Bryle goes down to the duel. Egg blows up, and this tier 2 tower is about to blow up as well.
EG, this is what I said. Well, I wasn't 100% sure who was benefiting more from the farm. It's more so about them hitting their timings when Crazy hasn't quite done it yet. And this Wraith King, 800 gold off Radiance, he is right there. That's the one problem with this item, right? You just spend this whole build up. He's got 7,500 net worth, 4,500 of which is basically doing nothing in terms of it's giving him 60 damage. That does virtually nothing in team fights. And EG punishing just that. It just looks like a fight that you're wondering, watching Crazy's lineup, why aren't they killing anybody? And you just don't have the entire item your lineup's been farming for. Down by 5,000 net worth, and your carry is effectively using 4,500 of his net worth is not there. So you're fighting down 10,000 net worth. And that's the thing about Radiance is it's like a 0 net worth item that suddenly turns into equivalent of like 10K because of how impactful it is once you get it.
Yeah.
but just not there yet. Is 200 gold off of it. The pipe, though, is already online for Legion, so the first like 7 or 8 seconds of that Radiance tick just don't matter. Crit is getting gone on in the top lane.
Has 21 charges though, pops it. There's gonna be the blink ahead by Ryoya. Gets the fire as well to not only do that, but get the creep punch into the air. Bryle wants to kill, he does get it. Can he make it out here? No more bottle charges. The Sunray.
No TP.
He's not afraid of it. Yes, he is now. Ryoya says, I'll take that. And scoops it on up. 1-for-1 trade there, and Bryle, he's trying to make stuff happen, but at the cost of his own life, probably not worth it.
It's sad because he went on Tusk because there were skeletons farming the creep wave, and those skeletons almost helped him finish him off. But the classic hero that can defend themselves, that lives with 100 health out of your stun, and then turns it to end up doing 1,000 damage to you alone. Pretty frustrating stuff there when you're having a bit of a rough mid game on the Storm Spirit. The deaths are compounding at this point.
Middle lane, Dire is going
Moonmander walking up that cliff. Did he not learn from the Bryle lecture I just gave?
Oh, he has to mech 2 more attacks. Will it be enough? It sure as hell is. And now, uh-oh, Skeeter, he does have 2 lives, obviously. Do they have anyone to slow him down? No, his courier goes down. They do. Ryoya gets the blink stun. There goes
Ball
1
lightning
life.
Maybe on the Phoenix?
Let's see. There it is. Can he pull him in? He has the egg. Does he just drop it immediately? No, he throws the Fire Spirit first to slow down his attack. They have to get out of there. Will be a vacuum back, but not even into the wall. Only 1 illusion pounding down on. There goes Skeeter's first life. Kezu goes down as well. Bulba, 78 damage. He is looking clean this game. This does not look like the EG that was versus Quincy crew.
Yeah, not at all. I agree. Very impressed so far with how clean this EG roster with 2 subs is playing.
Ryoya, BKB, get out of there.
The game that that EG won the other day in their best of 3 that they did lose, Ryoya looked like a stud on the puck.
Yeah.
And this game, I will say,
looks like a stud on the
he
DK.
looks like a stud on the DK. You know, if there's any commonalities I've noticed between the 2 wins is how well Ryoya's doing just as an individual performance in both of these games. Both of those games he was like 10th pick, really good pick. You know, I said they didn't have enough to deal with the Storm, and I was a bit nervous on that front, but it is a really good DK game.
Yeah.
Until Wraith King gets like 1 other item and a Silver Edge, he doesn't do anything to this DK. You just don't do anything.
So you see RTZ, he's always taught, even on his stream, he's talked about the butterfly versus heart when you go at first. Butterfly, he just wants to cut creep waves and farm even quicker. Also, yeah, you're talking about Ryoya. Ryoya's been involved in the most kills this game, 11 of the 14 kills. And all the towers.
7.
Yeah.
Just a very textbook performance from him. Took the mid tower, rotated to the bottom, took that tower, bought the item his team needed because he's the only stun that can kill the Storm, killed the Storm with that item. Just well played. And the Blink Dagger is really important for him to build. Sometimes on DK you go Shadow Blade, sometimes you go like the Radiance or like a Halberd type item, but he knows he's the only thing that kills the Storm here. I just like to see these 10th picks where the player playing it has a clear idea of why he wanted that hero, what its role in the game is, and just playing accordingly. And that's what it takes to win these type of games so cleanly. And really shout out to him there.
This tier 3 tower is dropping so damn quick.
That's
so
a
is Skeeter's
Butterfly
life.
Terrorblade.
He has his ulti, but will it be enough? That wall will. It is scaring everyone out. They're pinging RTZ. Can they bring down the Aegis? It's a zip forward. Not quite yet. There it goes.
Okay.
Ryoya
BKB also forced from DK, and there's no more. Is that meta? Was meta used?
It
no,
was
it
not.
was not.
You
Okay.
got to be careful now, though. He only gets those illusions. Snowball out to the creep. They want to. It feels like they're trying to bait him out, but crazy. They're doing a good job of not biting.
I think they're willing to just go again because the wall's already down,
Tier
the Shadow
3's
Demon ult's down, the Wraith King ult's down.
Whoa. Easy there.
Wraith King has to be very careful here. Looks like he does have buyback and 200 gold. So if he can get that buyback, he effectively has an ult for the price of 1,000 gold.
It's a pretty high cost, my friend.
You know, whatever it takes to win the fight is
Exactly.
what I'm emphasizing here.
Will they be able to? The creeps aren't here, so the damage not too permanent yet. Here come the creeps now as it gets sieged on down. Bulba with a blink there of his own. He does. He gets the duel off immediately. It is on the dark side. I don't think you're going to get the damage from this one, my friend. They just want to stop him. There's going to be the glyph. The egg is there. It will stun everyone. Can they get enough damage on anyone from EG before it blows up? They can't. Moon Meander gets stunned and goes down. RTZ with the double kill. Skeeter, he's just trying to zone in on the outside. Ulti from the Snapfire. But it has been nerfed time and time again. Won't do the most. They want to bring down RTZ. Can they?
Oh.
The Shadow Poison's there. No Sunder. Can they bring him down? They finally do. And the rest of EG's like, oh my goodness, we do not have our 17,000 net worth here. We got to get the hell out of here. Cookie, no, Ryoya gets the BKB up. Now they're turning around.
No
Skeeter, he doesn't have ulti. What a turnaround, Ryoya once again. Heads up play knowing.
Blink at 7.
Moving.
Duel, I mean.
Yeah, there goes Moon Meander. Punched up into the air. He doesn't have the mana for duel quite yet. Storm on the back line looking for Fly. Fly, can he get away? No more abilities. Can tank one more hit. That's it, though. Ends up going down. BKB is war off Ryoya, but no mana on Bryle. And it looks like they want to get out. Crit, I don't know what you're doing, but he's sticking around. Maybe looking for a solo kill on Moon Meander, I think. Uh-oh.
I don't know about this. This is a Bloodstone charge for Storm if they get the kill. He isn't base right now, but he's going to be regen up in a few seconds.
Will he go for... Oh, dodges the cookie stun. He's going for the TP, and he won't make it. No Bloodstone charge, but a little aggressive on a mech Snapfire. That is a strength hero with a lot of HP. People forget she's a strength hero.
Yeah, every time I play this hero, I'm like, wait a minute, I have like 2,000 health.
Yeah.
You also have the health town at level 10, even amping up that a bit more. I remember one of the buffs they gave Snapfire originally when she seemed a bit underwhelming was that strength gain buff. I think she went from 2.3 to 3.3. I think it was...
It's a lot.
You went from being not really a strength hero in terms of your stat growth to being a strength hero.
Yep, and we see the replay right here. They did end up getting the racks, and Arteezy with the quick double kill, but you just waited out. And Skeeter did a good job. See, he doesn't commit until afterwards. Aoi as well with the ulti.
This
perfectly
poison
plays.
damage is just so... It pops at the same time as the ultimate. He just goes from 1,000 to 100. You're like, wait a minute, what?
Where's his life? And they just
you can tell RTZ wasn't ready. Like, he was going to turn around to Sunder, but then he lost 90% of his health in one fell swoop. Looks like they're ready to go again on EG. Smoked up.
It looks like a full Daedalus flying out and a Titan Sliver with that S and Y, so Terrorblade becomes even harder to kill. Blink forward on Skeeter, has his ultimate. Storm goes all the way up. I think he wants to kill the creeps. He goes for the chicken instead. Now, Bryle, what are you doing?
Has buyback.
He does have buyback.
This is all the setup.
It's a Bloodstone charge.
False sense of security.
Oh, no.
Being baited out here from Bryle.
Let's see what they do. They're just going to push the tower. Skeeter front lines with that Radiance, but he's not that tanky quite. Snapfire just going to pop the ulti to push the creep wave out and hit the heroes. Really, he gets the range stun. Skeeter goes down outside of the base. Do they have a force staff or anything? No, the cookie is there. Skeeter gets out. In goes Ryoya the wall. Will hit onto 3 of them. Bulba, he's going to get pulled in. Will that be the kill on him? Yep, stunned again. See you later, Bulba. 600 gold to Skeeter. And the rest are running out. Will they get a +1 here? You do have Bryle. He has a Mindbreaker, but it's in his backpack. Sunray healing up Ryoya. They're just trying to kill all those illusions. Aoi, oh my goodness, Aoi's just getting chunked by another illusion. Uh-oh, Bryle once again. He's just dead. 90 seconds. That was his buyback. Aoi gets the kill on Ryoya, though, so more cores going down. Arteezy's the big one. He has a Daedalus and a Butterfly. You gotta be careful. But good kills. I mean, it is a 13K lead for EG, but all things aside, I mean, the Bryle dying back is real, real bad. But you do get 2 killing sprees on Bulba and Ryoya.
Yeah, the only saving grace that Crazy has going for them that I can tell is that the stronger Terrorblade gets, the stronger his illusions get.
Indeed.
And the Shadow Demon's been doing a good job of disrupting him, Aoi here, but they do use Egg.
Goodbye.
Just to bring him down. That's a lot of damage. We were talking about this every game we see Phoenix.
It just feels so much for so
little.
Just dumps
it out.
Yeah.
Turns out it works better when you don't rush an axe.
And he gets it. That feels like that's just a punch right in the gut, because it's like, yo, Bryle's coming alive in 30. We got one last chance. Now you're going to have one last chance, possibly another Rax down.
Still no Wraith King ult for 25 seconds. Does take a lot of damage to the Spirit Vessel there. Just poking him down, making it so he's much less likely to contest you in the meantime. 20 seconds, like you said, on Storm.
And they just buff him up, and goes back in is the TV. Beating it down. Skeeter will throw out a stun. Well, look at that. He's beating himself down now. Thanks for that Radiance.
Crit. The fact that Illusion's crit does make Terrorblade a tad bit better against Wraith King than you'd think. Yeah. Usually a hero that illusions don't do too much damage.
Clears out the creep wave. Bryle doesn't get stunned this time. And they want to go for the melee rack still. Stun will slow him down. Really, it gets one. Cookie pushes Owie back. Mech in the air.
That's
still
a huge
goes
kill.
down. Lil Shredder is there. Do we have an ulti from Snapfire? Not quite yet. Skeeter saying so much damage. He has his ulti as well. Vacuum wall. It pulls them all in. They get the illusion that DK's doing a lot of damage to him. Sunder comes out now. Skeeter gets turned around on. He goes down
in like 3 hits, man.
He does. Kezu as well. 1 crit equals a kill. It won't be, but here comes the snowball. Whoa! And he
6 shards.
dies. Well played by Crit. Zip forward from Bryle, but this is looking like curtains for Crazy right now.
It's got a nice ring to it. Curtains for Crazy.
I don't think they'd want to use that. Yeah, I don't think they'd want to use it as their slogan, though it does work, but they now look to bring down that middle. There's the good game. Well played. They know. Their axes are down. Bryle, who had a great start, unfortunately, had a pretty rough mid-game as he dances on him as the good game goes. And yeah, we go back to it, and honestly, the MVP of this game for me is the stand-in Rioya.